Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another video. So it's been a really long time since I posted anything on the channel, and the reason for that is because I've been going through kind of like a transition phase when it comes to the brand name and all that kind of stuff. So as you can see, I did decide to change the brand name. We're now known as Shifted Garage, and the reason that I did that is because I wanted to expand I guess the base of cars that we're looking at. Instead of being focused just on Audis and Volkswagens, we're going to bring some more things into the channel here going forward. And as you can see, there is a new vehicle. You guys might be familiar with this. It's something pretty special. There's not a whole lot of them here in the US, and it is a 2007 Audi RS4. I do still have the GLI as my daily driver, but now this is the weekend fun car that I have. It is going to be a project car. There are a lot of things that need to be addressed with the vehicle. It's all minor stuff. A lot of the mechanical things have already been taken care of. So we'll just kind of go over the car, and I'll just walk through all the things that are, I guess, issues with it. And like I said, it is going to be a project car, so I'll be working on this thing for a very long time. The plan is to keep it for many years to come. It's a blast to drive, absolutely love it. Has a ton of character to it. V8, and it's got the manual transmission, so we can actually have fun when we drive the car instead of having the S3, which is basically like playing a video game. So I'm really happy with it. It does have its quirks. I feel like it's got its own personality, but I think that happens with all old Audis. They're very, I don't know, I guess they're very finicky, I guess you could say. All right, so here it is, I guess from the front end. You can see it does have a black optics grille on it, and it's actually not like that from the factory. I can tell that it's been repainted by the previous owner. Basically this black surround here, I can tell that it was the aluminum trim before, and obviously if you look at the side, around the windows, you can also see that it does have the aluminum optics package. So same goes for the wheels. These were just recently painted to this gunmetal color, and that's not actually the factory color. They do come in the bright silver from the factory. So like I said, this is a 2007. It's got 135-ish thousand miles on it, so it's definitely got some mileage on it. But they are pretty bulletproof cars as long as you take care of certain things on them. A lot of the things have been addressed on this one. That's why I actually bought it. But yeah, so the front end, basically that's the only thing that I really don't like about it. So eventually we'll probably replace that grille with a factory OEM spec one that has the silver outlining around it. So looking at it from the side, you can see it does have that little V8 emblem. And one thing that I've noticed is that it's a little high. So if you look at this right here, you can actually see that in pictures that I've seen from the factory, this is actually a little bit lower. So we'll probably fix that over time, lower it just a little bit so it fits within the factory spec. On the outside, the car is really in fantastic shape. The RS4 emblem on the back is also a little bit high. So what we'll do is we'll probably move that down a little bit. Again, I'm really OCD when it comes to cars, so that's one of the things that I'll probably take care of. It's also missing the rear diffuser. There's a little grille that goes there in the center, so we'll eventually replace that. And then finally, the only other issue that I see on the outside of this car, like I said before, the paint is in fantastic shape. I don't really see, there's a couple issues on the front end, the front bumper, a couple scuffs here and there, but other than that, it looks fantastic. If you look at this trim, I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but it does look like it's a little chewed up right in through here. So what we'll do is we'll eventually replace all of this. And this trim piece actually goes from down here around the mirror and then runs up here across the top. And then you'll see here, there's a little, I don't know, separator here. So we'll replace that from here all the way to the front. This is another little issue here, hard to see, but it just looks like the rubber trim is kind of coming off of that. So maybe we'll have to replace that piece as well. So this is what they call Magello Blue, and there's only about 160 of them that were brought to the United States in this color. So that makes it pretty special. I really do, obviously I love blue. You can see that from previous videos that I've had posted on this channel. And this is the real reason that anybody buys this car is the 4.2 liter V8. You can see it is a fantastic engine. It's really crammed in here. So when it comes to doing work on the engine itself, I don't know how anybody freaking does it, but things get done. But here is the engine bay and what it looks like. Obviously, I love this engine. It does need to be cleaned up a lot. It's pretty dirty, and then the carbon fiber, decorative plates or whatever that they have in here need to be cleaned up as well. They'll probably need to be, I don't know, re-lacquered, and it looks like this is actually loose. So we'll get the plate to fix that as well. Other than that, you know, the engine bay looks pretty good. A lot of people replace the coolant reservoirs over time. They start to get this like faded look, and the new ones look much better. So we'll probably replace that as well. But other than that, I mean, the engine's had a ton of work done to it. A lot of the gaskets and everything have actually been taken care of. So that's been finished. It does have KW V3 coilovers on it, so the DRC was failing in this. The previous owner did replace those, so that's good. From here, let's go take a look on the inside. There are some issues on the inside. Again, it's a lot of small stuff on this this car. So on the inside, the biggest issue that I have is basically with this center console area. It looks like they had chipped off before, and basically the previous owner, one of the previous owners I should say, kind of took a black Sharpie and kind of penciled that stuff in. You can see on this button here. I actually do have a replacement head unit already ordered, and it should be here shortly. We'll replace all of this stuff down here too, because you can see the buttons are all worn off. So basically my plan is to replace all these buttons. The head unit's gonna get replaced, and then also the HVAC down here. Another thing that might eventually need to be replaced, not a huge deal. Not sure if you guys can see it, but this RS4 emblem is rubbed off. I'm not sure if it probably does just pop out, so we can replace that as well. Over here on this side, you can see that the buttons are worn off again. It looks like some Sharpie was used here, so we'll probably replace all of these. Common issue with all B7 Audis is the dreaded glove box where it just falls. So you can see that one does the same thing, of course, and we'll eventually replace that. I do have the kit actually ordered to fix this, so we'll do that in time as well. One of the other things that I really hate, one of the previous owners had red lights, LED lights installed here. You can see this one's flickering. I'm not sure why that's doing that. I do have one of the cool white sets ordered, so we'll actually replace all of the LEDs, including the footwells and, you know, the trunk and everything with white ones, because I'm not a huge fan of these red. And then the final thing that I need to take care of here on the interior is, I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but the headliner is sagging a little bit in the back, and obviously that's going to drive me crazy as well. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it myself or if I'm going to have a shop do it. We'll see how that goes. I know it's a huge pain in the ass to take the headliners out of these cars. Yeah, so we'll do that. So other than that, I mean, that's most of the issues with the inside. Oh, I did forget to mention this. You can see here that the door sill plate is actually missing. So what I'll do is I'll actually find one, hopefully on eBay or something like that, and we'll go ahead and replace that with the RS4 door sill plate. They're pretty expensive, but this will drive me crazy, so we'll get that replaced. So there you guys have it. That's the introduction of the RS4 on the channel. I'm really excited to have it. I absolutely love this car. It's been a dream car of mine for many years, and I now have it. Like I said before, it's a project car. It does have a lot of, you know, little things that need to be done on it, and we'll take care of those over time. But obviously I'll make a video for each of one of the things that I do on it. So I'm really excited to have that. If you guys are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Also hit that thumbs up button and the notification icon so that you get notifications of when I, you know, post new videos about this car, because there's gonna be a lot of content coming. So thanks for watching.